All right, so this is going to be another bad movie review. This is going to be on movie 43. I saw this years ago, not too long after it came out. Uh, I thought back then that it was one of the worst movies I'd ever seen, and I still believe that. This is kind of barely a movie. It's just a collection of basically unfunny skits with a bunch of big name actors in it, or at least names, actors that you recognize. It is crazy that this many people, recognizable people, are in this. As far as like the directors, there's like a bunch of different directors based on the different scenes and these different scenarios that play out, these different videos and things. Elizabeth Banks is one of them. James Gunn, Brett Ratner. Like there's a bunch of them here. This is this is really bad. Like sitting through this last night, it was a struggle to get through it. There are two different versions of this movie. They've two different openings. I've never seen the one with Dennis Quaid. I guess he's a screenwriter. He's a struggling screenwriter. He's trying to pitch this as a movie or something. I've never seen that version. The only version I've ever seen, I believe, is also the theatrical version from when this came out, is with the teenage boys. So it starts off with two teenage boys. They're trying to make a YouTube video. Instead of throwing a dart at a dartboard, one of them puts a dart in his mouth and the other one throws the board at him. Whatever. They make that as a YouTube video. They upload it, but they notice, wow, we're getting views really quickly. Turns out the younger brother of one of them, he's really good with computers, and somehow he was able to like copy their YouTube their YouTube video or like the page and manipulate the views or something like that. And so now they're upset and they want to get him back. So the idea behind this is that they challenge him to find a video on the internet, and while he's trying to do that, one of them will go and try to get a virus on his computer by sitting in the bathroom and just watching a bunch of porn. This movie is it's so bad. So yeah, that's the setup of this, is that they're challenging him to like go in the darker, parts of the internet and things like that to find something. And they just come up with something. Movie 43, right? They just came up with that. Like, oh, we heard about this thing and apparently it's really bad. And if you watch it, it's really scarring and things like that. And so he's trying to find it. So while he's trying to find it, he's going through and going to all these different videos trying to find it. And that's how these different basically sketches, bad sketches with all these actors in them play out. Positives, believe it or not, I do have some. The acting is good. With how ridiculous and unfunny this is, obnoxious this is, the actors are all committing. Right? They really are. Like Hugh Jackman, he's really committing to this bad skit with balls on his chin. We'll get to that. Right? They're really committing to this nonsense. Right? Like, they really do. Like I can imagine this being even more unbearable if they weren't so committed, if they weren't actually giving good performances in this stuff. There are two of these different scenes that play out that I think are the best of this. Like there's one with the speed dating, and Justin Long is playing Robin, and he's on a speed date. He's speed dating. He does a speed date with Lois Lane, who is played by Uma Thurman, and she's complaining about Superman. They broke up, and now Superman's stalking her, and he's outside her window playing with his curl and jacking off. uh, it's not it's not funny. It's not all that good, but there is like a thought process behind it. They're in these like dumb looking cheap costumes and things like that. All right, like there's a joke in here that he doesn't actually use Superman doesn't actually use gel in his hair. That's Bobby Cannavale who plays Superman. There's a lot of names in this. He doesn't actually use gel in his hair. It's his own cum or something. It's obnoxious. But Batman comes in and he's basically there trolling Robin, and he's messing up his dates. Being obnoxious, it's Jason Sudeikis doing it, and he's kind of amusing to a point, but he gets obnoxious. But the Supergirl comes in as Kristen Bell, and he's under the table where she can clearly see him, and he's just looking looking up in her skirt, talking about her bush and everything the whole time into Robin's ear. He's like a earpiece. And the whole thing is that Batman's trying to find a bomb that's supposedly there. And so he confronts the Penguin, and then Wonder Woman comes out and goes off on him saying like the bat condom broke and he hasn't called her back. Then Supergirl. has a bomb strapped to her chest by the Penguin. It's Supergirl, so a bomb's probably not gonna do all that much, but whatever. And Robin saves her, and then she starts kissing him, but then Batman unmasks her to be the Riddler, so he's kissing the Riddler the whole time. It's not it's not good. There's not much to it, but it's like compared to the rest of this stuff, it's like, okay, I can kind of, even though Batman was the worst part of it because he really got obnoxious the longer it went on. But I was like, okay, I can kind of give you something that you made more of an attempt here. The best one, and it's one of the last ones, so you really got to sit through a lot to get to it. Is the one with Terrence Howard. He's playing a coach, and he's supposed to be giving an inspirational speech, but instead, he's like, "Look, this is basketball, and you're black, and you're playing a white team. You're gonna win, so I'm not even gonna bother to give you a speech."
You're black, they're white.
So, Coach, what you're saying is, if we just walk with the Lord,
The
then
Lord, nigga, the Lord done did his part already. He made you black.
I was like, "Okay, you definitely put thought process into this." I will say that the the white team comes in, and it's like, okay, you guys didn't really have much to give them to say because they just come in and say, "Negroes, Negroes, Negroes. Oh, this is a white man's game. You guys are a bunch of Negroes." And it's like, okay, so y'all could have just left that out completely. But it gets further and further. It goes on a little bit too long, but it gets further and further where he's talking about how long their dicks are and all this other stuff. But then they go out to play, and obviously they're blowing them out. And then they have this dramatic moment where one of the players on the white team gets to shoot. He makes the shot, and it's super dramatic and everything. They're reacting like they won the game, and then you see the score, and I think they had only scored like 1 point, and they're getting like blown out. There was like over 100 points, I think, on the black team. So I was like, okay, that's actually funny, right? Like I could see this as an actual like SNL sketch or something. Like, all right, like this one clearly took the most effort and is definitely the funniest of all of these. There's some where it's like, okay, you just came up with anything. You didn't put any effort into it at all. And then there's some that, okay, there's kind of an idea here, but it's really obnoxious and it's still not funny. So we're gonna go through these and you're not gonna believe some of these if you haven't seen this movie and just how many actors you recognize in this, award-winning actors, whatever, or just actors you recognize from things. It is crazy. So starting off, we have Kate Winslet. She's going on a blind date with this guy. He seems like he's a great guy. Right? He's on the cover of a magazine. He does charity work, things like that. And so she goes on the date, and they seem to be having a good time. They go to this restaurant. They both have scarves on. I don't know, maybe it's cold outside. Hugh Jackman is the guy that she's on a date with. He takes off his scarf, and he has balls hanging from like his chin. It's like right at his neck. And it's just, it's so it's such a low level of comedy. Like you would have to be really young to find that funny, too young to have seen this in the theater, at least by yourself when it came out. It's just like, but the main thing here is what they're doing with it is that he has these balls on his chin and nobody's acknowledging it. Like the waiter's not acknowledging it. This other couple comes in, they have a baby and things like they're not acknowledging it at all. She's trying to kind of probe him about it. He's talking about, oh, kids were cruel. I got bullied in school. And she's like, oh, because of, and he's like, oh, I had a stutter. And so even he's not acknowledging it. I feel stupid for even saying this. It doesn't really make sense. It's not really consistent because he reacts like he has the balls there at times, right? It's cold in there. He's like, "Oh, it's cold," and the balls start to like shrivel up. And also, he gets hit in them, and he goes down and everything. Because the idea is he got hit in the balls. But then there's times where he spills things on him, and he doesn't realize it at all, and she has to tell him so he can wipe it off. He also bends down, and his the balls end up getting in whatever dip he had. I think it was like melted butter. It gets in that, and he doesn't even. It's like it never happened. So it's like, okay, it's inconsistent, and then they have to take it as far as like, oh, he's holding the people that came to talk to him. He's holding their baby, and he has just the balls on the baby's head. It's like I like edgy humor, but it's just like it's not funny. It's just like low level comedy, right? Where like we're not really putting much effort into it. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be funny because the balls are on the baby's head. And it's like, you know, whatever. Like the main thing here is just Kate Winslet's reaction because she's the only one reacting, but that's not enough to really find this funny at all. And then it ends with that couple being like, "Oh, let's get a picture with you two," and he goes to kiss her on the forehead, and the balls are right at her mouth, and she's like, "Oh," and then it's over. Then it's over, and we just move on to the next one. It's just like, man, that was just the fact that you could get to that. And from what I read, maybe this is true, maybe it's not. Hugh Jackman was the first person to be like, "Yeah, I'll do this." And it's like, really? You wanted to do this? Like, really? The next one, easily the most disturbing one, easily the worst one for me, is Homeschool. So you got Lee Schreiber and Naomi Watts, their parents, and they have some other couple over, and they're talking about homeschooling their kid. And the idea is like, oh well, your kid is missing out on those experiences of high school and things, and being around other kids and things. And they're like, no, 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 we're still making sure that our son, who was played by that actor that's in The Bear, like you, it's crazy the how many people you recognize in this. But I didn't even remember he was in this. But he plays the son. The idea is that they still make sure that he has those experiences by being his teacher, his coach, and everything, like, getting on to him, giving him detention, and then also being other students, knocking his books out of his hand as he walks by them. It even goes as extreme as the dad taping him to like a pole and putting shit on his chest because he's a freshman. I guess he's hazing him and making him yell out that he loves dicks. It's another one where I feel stupid even saying that it doesn't make sense. I mean, because they are really investing time and effort into this, being the teacher, the students, and all these other things. I mean, neither of you have jobs. Like, how is this working out? Like, how are you taking care of your family financially if you're spending so much time doing this? I don't get it. And then also, they're having a party, and the idea is like he's going to the party, but he can't get in. Like the mom is like, "Oh, well, there's the girl that you asked out last week is here." Some random girl. She's here, so it'd be awkward. So yeah, I'm not letting you in. He's like, "Come on, just let me in, mom," and she won't let him in. And I'm like, okay, all these teenagers that are seemingly teenagers that are in this party to make this work. Like, where did you get them at? Why are they there? I guess you paid them all to be there or something. As far as him, like, oh, this is the girl that you asked out last week. Is like, how did he ask out that girl when the only people he interacts with as his teachers and students are his mom and dad? So like, it's ridiculous. But like, they have to go just that far with it to make it get in the disturbing level. And I like edgy humor and dark humor and things like that. But it just gets to the point where it's like, this isn't funny. So all that's left over is it just being disturbing. So they have to go as far as to also be like, well, he needs to have his first experience with a girl and also his first gay experience, but with his parents.
Do you have protection?
If I did like guys, you'd totally be the kind of guy that I'd like.
It's so it's so gross. It was so hard to watch. I'm like, this is not working. You're pushing it really far to get a reaction. And it's so bad. It's like, wow, they're really traumatizing this kid. Like if he snaps and murders them, he'd be sympathetic. Like this is fucked up. And then you see him when they're talking to this other couple, he comes in, the son, and he looks traumatized. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going out with some friends," and he's also going out with, I guess, his girlfriend. His girlfriend, he pulls up. I think it was a mop, and it had his mom's face on the mob. And it's like, yeah, you've traumatized this kid, and like this is disturbing, but like it's not. That's the main thing. Is like I could let a lot of things slide, it not really making sense and things like that if it was actually funny, but it's not, and it's like aggressively unfunny. Next, we have the poop on me one. So there's not much to this one. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris, they're together, and Chris Pratt wants to propose, and she also has something to tell him. She wants him to poop on her. Right? He's trying to get married. She wants him to poop on her. And then the marriage thing just kind of goes away after that too. It just cuts to them having like a barbecue, and he's talking to his friends. JB Smoove is one of the friends, and she's putting like chocolate frosting on like a cake. Get it? Because I mean, it looks like shit. And JB Smoove is really talking to him about it and what he should do and everything. JB Smoove, he's really trying, man. He's really putting the effort in to try to like kind of save this, but it's not all that good.
Slow down, man. Have respect for this guy, okay? She did not ask him to shit on her. Shitting is something you do on a whore. Right. Right? Pooping is a gift you give to your soulmate.
So JB Smoove ends up giving him something that's supposed to help him shit. And then we get Chris Pratt sitting on a toilet, and he's really he's really trying to get prepared for this. Right? He's eating burritos and things like that on the toilet, farting and everything. And this was the point where I was really thinking to myself, not only am I embarrassed for him, I'm embarrassed to be watching this myself. So uh he he's doing this, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, like look at Chris Pratt now. Look at where his career is now. Like this is fat Chris Pratt. Like this is, obviously years and years ago. And like this is something that I feel like he could get blackmailed with. Like, hey, I'll I'll make this resurface. I'll put this back out if you don't give me $1 million. Like that's what it felt like. It's so embarrassing watching him do this. But he does all that, and so now he's like ready to shit. I mean, he's holding it back, and so he goes to Anna Faris, and then she's in the bed, and he wants to shit on her right away because he can't hold it. But she's, she wants some foreplay, right? She's like, oh no, no, not yet. And then eventually he just goes off on her, like yells at her that he like really needs to shit.
Do you remember what I was wearing?
A yellow sundress. Come on, roll over and let me shit on you, please.
Then she runs out, and he runs after her. She goes across the street. He goes across the street. He gets hit by a car, and explosive diarrhea just gets all over the windshield and all over the street. And it's disgusting without being funny at all. Like this is what I mean, it's crass. And she goes back. She's like, "Oh, you did all this for me." And then he pulls out the ring, and I guess they're gonna get engaged. It's like, God, man. I mean, these are really like you're stringing these together with like barely a plot, and you just go from one bad video to another, and it's just like. Then next we have this shopping center, like Kieran Culkin. He's playing this character that's working at this this store, and he's given this announcements on the intercom, right? Which he's already saying weird stuff. Like he's talking about like, oh, if you need something for your vag, da da da. So he starts talking to Emma Stone. She walks up. Apparently, they have some kind of past with each other. Just hilarious, hilarious. Took a lot of thought process. He's talking to her about a bunch of personal stuff, not knowing that he's still talking on the intercom so the whole store can hear him. And they're getting real personal.
I can't believe you named your dog Veronica.
I can't believe you sucked off that hobo for magic bean.
He was a wizard, Neil.
Shh.
They're talking about STDs they've given each other and things like that. It's real personal. They're talking about sexual things they want to do to each other. And then the people are, they're gathered around and say, she ends up running out. I believe they kissed beforehand, but she ran out, and it becomes almost like a romance movie where they're like, oh, we'll cover your shift, keep love alive, go after her. And then he runs out after her. Next is the speed dating one, which I already talked about. There's thought process put into it. It's like, okay, it's not good, but it's like, okay, I see what you were trying to do. There's more effort here than the others. Mostly it's just Batman that didn't work the longer it went on. But after that, we get the ATM thing. Man, there's a point where it's like a commercial, and they've also done the iBabe commercials, but I'll get back to that. There's the ATM one / copier one where you see an ATM, and you see inside the ATM there's a bunch of little kids with like money in their hand. So the idea is that the little kids, they work inside the ATM, and they actually hold on to the money and then put it into the slot for you to grab when you use the ATM. It's like the idea is that machines have little children in them. I'm not making this up. Like, it's just, what is this? It's like, after that, there's a there's a copier and the kids are inside the copier, and two guys at work are getting mad at the copier. They're yelling and throwing things at it. And the idea is like, don't be mean to machines because they have little children in them. I was like, who came up with this? What the hell is this supposed to be? It's not funny at all. It's like, what is this? So then we have iBabe. iBabe already popped up once before, but this is the full on iBabe one, iBabe scene. And you have people dancing, like in the old commercials. You have people dancing, they're listening to music and things, and it's like an iPhone commercial. But this is for the iBabe, which instead of a like a iPhone or whatever iPod, it's it's a it's a naked woman. It's like it's a naked woman. And of course, lowest level of comedy, we didn't put that much thought process into it. People are gonna try to fuck it like it's a sex doll. Right? Like why would you invent this like this? Why would you design this like this? Because obviously people are gonna try to fuck it. But the great comedy, where the vagina is, there's a hole there. It's like, come on. But in that hole, that's where like the vent is. Like there's a fan in there. And so teenage boys and even grown men and things have been losing fingers, losing hands, and then obviously their dicks have been completely mangled. And so now this company, they're having this meeting and they're talking about the lawsuits and everything like that. And everybody else is just completely okay with the design and don't really see the problem with it, other than one woman that's in the meeting. And she's the main person that's been really arguing against it. There's a point where one of them is like, "Oh well, maybe we can put the fan in the ear. We could redesign it." And then the scientist comes up. These are all people I recognize, or at least the ones that are mainly talking. I recognize them. They were the scientist walks up and he's like, "Oh well, that undoes all of our work. Well, we can't do that. We can't change things now." And it's like, come on. Next, we have Chloe Grace Moretz. Obviously, you probably recognize that name. Chloe Grace Moretz. She plays this girl, and she's kissing this boy. And she gets up to go to the bathroom. There's a red spot on the couch where she was sitting because she just got her first period. And so she comes in, she's freaking out. She goes against the wall, and like you see like a red streak against the wall from the blood. Christopher Mintz-Platz, I believe that's how you say his name. McLovin from Superbad, he's also in this, and he's the older brother. And he comes in, and he's just freaking out. He's the worst part of this skit because he's just freaking out. He's going to grab different things to plug it up. And then the other boy that she was kissing, he's acting like she's about to die. Oh, she's bleeding out. He calls 911 and things like that. It's just so much. Then, as if this couldn't get worse, the dad just walks in, right? The older brother was watching them. He's supposed to be watching things because the parents are gone. The dad just walks in, like, "I'm home," just out of nowhere. And it's Patrick Warburton. Chloe Grace Moretz, her character's dad walks in, and he walks in just out of nowhere, like, "Oh, I'm here." And he says, "Oh, you guys smushed a tomato on my daughter." It's like, what? So then he's ready. It's go time. He's ready to fight Patrick Warburton over it. And so they're just all freaking out. It's so annoying. It's not funny at all. And then eventually Chloe Grace Moretz is like, "Stop everybody, come on, dad, let's go, and I'll just talk to mom about it," or something like that. It's like, okay, so this whole thing didn't need to happen. Like she could have done that from the very beginning. Like she could have came out the bathroom and been like, "Oh, I gotta go home," or "I gotta call my dad and go home." Like this whole really annoying, obnoxious skit didn't even need to happen, right? Based on the resolution of it all, it's just like, come on, man. These two grown ass men couldn't just be like, "Hey, oh, she's got a period. This is a natural thing," right? It's just like such a forced comedy skit, which is not funny at all. And then they go to watch TV, and there's a commercial, and there's some women there, and they're on the beach, and they're swimming, and out of nowhere, one of them gets attacked by a shark. Somehow, this is a tampon commercial. It's like, oh my god! I guess 'cause there's blood. It's like she got ate up by a shark. I guess that's a tampon commercial. It's so stupid. Next is the Leprechaun skit. So we got Johnny Knoxville, and I think his name is Sean William Scott. I think that's his name. So Johnny Knoxville goes up to his buddy, and his buddy's mad at him. Why is he mad at him? Because he fucked his girlfriend. And so he's like, "Well, I could He's like, well, you could fuck my girlfriend for revenge, but my girlfriend left me for fucking your girlfriend. It's like, okay, so this is how we're setting this up, your shitty friend. Okay, where's this going? So for I think it's supposed to be his birthday or something like that, or maybe it was just to smooth things over. He's like, look, I got something for you. So they go down there, and you get Gerard Butler as a leprechaun, and he's tied up. And the idea is they're gonna beat the shit out of him, interrogate him, all that, so that they can get the gold from him.
I'm gonna cut off your balls and feed them to you.
Good lord.
The last thing you'll ever see is my cock. Start fucking you!
The leprechaun has a really bad mouth, is cussing constantly and threatening to do all these different things to their balls and things like that. And then you think to yourself, okay, for this movie, there's no way that effect looks good of Gerard Butler being a leprechaun in this, and it don't look good. His face, the way it moves whenever he moves or talks, it looks really off. It does not look good at all. It's not a good effect. But whatever, he's cussing them out and everything. They're beating the shit out of him trying to get the gold. Then they get a phone call from his I guess I think it was his brother is a leprechaun. That's another leprechaun, and he comes in. I think that's also Gerard Butler. I think he comes in and he's fighting with them, and I think he even shoots them and things like that. Johnny Knoxville shoots them. I mean, also when they called, there was gold there. Right? I think he popped out of the gold. So without them, the leprechauns there, now they just have the gold, and they get rid of the bodies and things. And he's like, "Oh, I actually got a gift for you, and it's a fairy." And the fairy says that she sucks dicks for gold coins. So hey, everything's great. It's like this wasn't funny at all. It's like it's anti-comedy. Oh, there's so many of these. Then we have the date with Holly Berry and this other actor. I recognize him, but I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. But she's Holly Berry's on a date with him. They met on Match.com. They're on a date, and she wants the date to be different. She doesn't want it to just be just like normal dates that she's usually on. So she wants to play truth or dare. And so it starts off with truth, and they're telling things about themselves. She asks him if he's circumcised. He's like, "Whoa, I don't want to say that," but it's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not circumcised." And then she dares him to cup this guy's ass. One of the only times I laughed at this was the reaction when when the guy realizes that's what happened. What happens? I think he slaps the shit out of him.
What the fuck?
I did, sorry.
You thought you might fucking ass. What's the matter with you?
Then it's just a montage of them doing crazier and crazier dares. All this is happening just over the course of this date, too. One of them has to listen to Snooki, yes, Snooki from Jersey Shore, read. uh, Holly Berry has fake tits and she's mixing guacamole with them. Uh, she has to blow out a blind kid's candles. It's like, okay, I could see, that's kind of amusing, right? Blowing out a blind kid's candles because the kid is blind, doesn't know you just did it. That's really fucked up. And it's like, okay, I see it there, but it's mostly just a compilation of a bunch of like nonsense, right? Eventually they end up getting plastic surgery, right? Like, really? You just walked in and just got plastic surgery, both of you. It's like over the course of this date. Okay, Holly Berry gets a bunch of work done, really blows up her face, and he goes to get plastic surgery that makes him look Asian. It's just like, what the fuck, man? That's what this is for most of it. It's just a compilation of them doing different crazy dares. And then he brings her to her place when it's all done. And she turns him down when he tries to come in because she's not into Asian guys. But then she decides, no, like, come on in. I can't let these go to waste. Her fake tits, which her I can't believe I've been going into this, but when she was stirring up that guacamole, her tits were already the tits that she was using was already very clearly fake. But then the idea is like, no, 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 she has fake tits because of the plastic surgery stuff that they did. Is like, no, that's bullshit. But whatever. After all that, we go back to this shitty ass main plot. So, oh my god. So they've been searching for a movie 43 and going through all these different scenes and things. And eventually they end up talking to this guy over the computer, this random guy that's like, no, don't find movie 43. So movie 43, I guess, is actually real. He's like, don't find, you can't find it. You can't do this. And then some guys show up in suits and start beating his ass, and somehow they know one of the teenage boys' name, and yeah, and things like that. And the older brother, he's still in the bathroom looking at porn. He starts looking at like a cougar cam show and jacking off to that. And then they have to do some protocol thing where the little brother brings in something to do something, and then it messes up like the power, and so the older brother, he's gonna electrocute it while he's jacking off. Anyway, they do all that. They, the at one point, one of the random classmates that they brought up to sell this movie 43 thing to the younger brother, he ends up getting kidnapped by these guys in suits. It's like, okay, if they could get him, why couldn't they get them? But they want them to still look for movie 43, so I guess that's the idea. It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's just whatever they could come up with. But they end up finding it, and it's a video from the future where the younger brother made the video to send to the past, where he's saying like, "Oh, it caused the apocalypse and it destroyed the world. The protocol that they did or whatever it was, it destroyed the world." It's like, and it I think the explanation was that it activated something in the people to make them killing machines, something that was supposed to be used, I think, against the Soviets, but because there's it wasn't used for that, they ended up all just becoming killing machines and just destroying the planet. It is ridiculous. And in that video, the older brother is like drooling on himself and things like that, and something's wrong with him. And the reason for that is that the mom comes in to see what they're doing on the computer at one point, and the older brother looks at her shirt and recognizes that it's the shirt that was being taken off of the cougar that he was watching on the the cam show, or whatever. And so he recognized the shirt because he couldn't see the woman's face. So he recognized the shirt and everything and realizes he was jacking off to his own mom. The present day in the movie actually gets destroyed because bombs go off and things like that. Is like gets it destroyed. And then the older brother, he's rolling in a wheelchair, and he finds the laptop that still works and it's still fine. It's like, okay. And he finds the laptop, and the laptop is like, "Oh, do you want to turn things back to normal?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he keeps pressing it over and over again. And then the computer's like, "I'm sorry, I can't do that, but I can show you one more video." And so he clicks on the video, and that's when you get the Terrence Howard thing, which is the best part of this movie, best scene in the movie, best skit in the movie. But you had to really you had to really swim through some shit to get there. I just went through all that, running that down for you. It's not done. So after that, there's a blooper. There's like bloopers that come up, blooper reel in the credits, and you see Hugh Jackman. He's, at one point he's just like, "Oh, I can't do this." It's like, apparently you could do this because you were the first person to say yes, but according to what I read. But you see bloopers and everything, and I was just about to turn this movie off, but I was like, "Wait a minute, there's one of these scenes that I don't remember, or maybe this is the only version of this movie I've seen, so it has to be in here." But I was like, "Well, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I just know of that scene from being in the other version or something like that with the cat." I was like, Elizabeth Banks has a scene with a cat. I remember that. So after the bloopers and everything, there's another there's another one of these scenes to end things off. And I believe, could be wrong, I think James Gunn directed this part. But it's got Elizabeth Banks, and I think that actor's name is Josh Duhamel. I think so. I'll look it up to make sure, so I'm not wrong or whatever. But I think it's Josh Duhamel. But Elizabeth Banks, she has issues with her her boyfriend's cat, who's a cartoon in this, and the cat really doesn't like her, right? Just really doesn't like her. But the cat really likes, the owner, like her boyfriend. And she walks in on the cat jacking off, like ferociously jacking off. This is a male cat jacking off, looking at pictures of the guy, of the owner of her boyfriend. She runs out, and the cat runs after her and starts scratching her. There's no scratches on her. She's wearing like a robe. There's no scratches on the robe. They didn't even bother. The cartoon cat doesn't look all that great, right? Whenever the cat is being handled by him, and they like being held, it doesn't look right, and so it never looks right. But after that, the cat then pisses all over her. The cat is a cartoon. Later on, the cat will have a shotgun and be running after her. That shotgun is a cartoon. But when the cat pees on her, it's real, and she's just wet and covered in pee. It's like, oh, okay. She says what happens to the boyfriend, and he's like, okay, I'll actually find a new home for the cat. And so they're having sex later on, and the cat is in the closet and is like humping a teddy bear and putting a stick or something in and out of its ass while it's watching them. It's like okay, that one that actually did get me because I was not expecting that for it to go that far. So that one, I'll give it that, right? Like that actually caught me off guard and was kind of amusing. But they're about to bring the cat to the new owner, and then the cat, they can't find it. And Elizabeth Banks runs out to the street and gets run over by the cat. And then the cat has a shotgun, is about to shoot her, and then she ends up hitting it with a shovel and beating it. And then she starts beating the cat, and they just happen to end up in somebody's backyard during a birthday party with a bunch of kids. And the kids are like, "Oh no, you're killing the cat! She's killing that cat!" And then they start attacking her, right? And the boyfriend comes in and like holds the cat and everything. The cat's thinking about making out with him and everything, because you can see like the thought bubble and all that. And the kids start killing her, like the kids start killing her. One of the kids stabs her in the head and things like that. It's like, what is going on, man? But anyway, it's really obnoxious, right? The fact that you got all these people in it. Like back when it came out, people were like, did these people get blackmailed? Like, what's going on? You got award winners in here? Like, what's like just doing this just really terrible, low level comedy, obnoxious comedy? It's like, how'd you get these people in this? And I looked it up, and from what I saw, it's just like one of the producers is friends with a lot of these people and just pressured them into being in it. And then also they were really flexible with people's schedules. Looking at this movie, you would think like, okay, somebody picked up these people's family member, like somebody uh, picked up, they got a call and somebody was like, "Hey, don't worry about picking up your daughter from school. I got her." But you determine whether you get to see your kid at home later on tonight or not by being in this shit ass movie. But no, I guess they just pressured enough of them into it, and then they're just in it, and they committed. They were good, right? It fit their schedule, and hey, Hugh Jackman's already signed on, so whatever. But anyway, that is movie 43. I'm giving it complete shit. It's got to get my bottom rating. It's easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like literally, it really is. Like thinking back to it, it feels like I'm remembering it wrong. It feels like I'm making things up. It's like, especially with the people in it. But whatever. Complete shit. Like I said, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, we're done.